This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle, Washington. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Miami Dolphins and the Seattle Seahawks. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and off we go from Seattle. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. Two remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. CD, always more eyes on these night games, and they started it off nicely there on that run.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. Don't think for a second these players don't know and understand that. They want to impress their peers across the league. They also want to win the ball game. That's the way to get things going.
He'll get this up to about the 44.
It may be only a gain of 3 yards, but that back, he deserves a lot more credit on the play. That could have easily been stopped at the line, but his vision and his determination found some space to turn it into that modest gain.
They run again with Walker. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 41 yards rushing for him already. A terrific opening drive on the ground, and it's a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Keon Crossan there on the tackle.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he'll go down at the 28. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. Smith. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. And the slot man goes in motion left. From the gun, it's Walker. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Sticking with Walker on second down. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
And as a running back, you've got to be saying, where did he come from? He covered a lot of ground in a short amount of time, and he was able to stop his man before he got back to the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on third down, Smith. Touchdown, Seahawks. Marquise Goodwin, an 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Seahawks put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead.
Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. The touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
Hill going to think better of bringing this one out, and the drive will start at the 25. And the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
On first down, they go with Mostert again. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now, if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you scramble a little bit. Now you're behind, trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
It'll go as a gain of 4. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Tua looking to throw on 3rd and 2. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Tua now on first down.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Jamal Adams.
And the Seahawks are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time, let's keep doing it until they stop us? Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Now Geno. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense.
Here's Hill on the return. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
It's still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the 4th quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. That's complete to his running back, Wilson. And he'll be brought down at the 27. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. From the 27, Tua. Over the middle, complete. It's Hill. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 13-yard line. First catch there for Hill, and he's got a first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
After the interception, here's Smith. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Lockett, the man in motion. To throw on 2nd and 10. Smith setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. Straight ahead, Walker. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
Sticking with Walker on second down.
And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Come on.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
On the set.
They'll try for the first with Walker. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
They're going right back to Walker. And he's got this down to the 35.
75 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now a draw play. It's Walker. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw, Smith. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Boy, that one was well-read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
On 3rd down, here's Walker.
And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
Offensive linemen are famous for doing their job no matter who's carrying the ball. But when they have the confidence that the person carrying it can break off big-time runs, that makes them block just a little bit harder.
60 Maverick.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game. But after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
19 White.
Smith now to throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Myers' kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this 3rd quarter. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around.
He's got a man complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Dancing to his left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
On 2nd and 10, Tua. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Darrell Taylor coming in from that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7.
And just when the offense seemed to be figuring things out, they have a little bit of a setback there. They're finally getting a drive going. They can't let that stop them, especially since they've been shut out this far in.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the wall. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Mostert. And now Mostert is going to be stopped up short. He did not get there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And he's got his tight end, Gesicki, in the end zone. Touchdown, Dolphins. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Dolphins' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring... Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Back to Walker on 1st down.
105 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
The slot man in motion right.
On second down, it's Walker. And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47.
But that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. Second and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through. And that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a third down.
In motion comes the tight end left.
Again, it's Walker.
He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. Fourth down.
19-7.
On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On first down, Tagovailoa. And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
We'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. He'll hit Mostert again here. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up the first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Tua setting up shop to throw again.
That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Tua now, 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tua fighting his old Alabama teammate Jalen Waddle. And the Dolphins have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 14-10. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
On the return from his end zone, Godwin Igwebuike. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
Let's go now.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And a solid run down inside the 30. 70 yards rushing for him now to this point.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Second down, here's Mostert again. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Steps away to his left. And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
He's known for his legs and his fancy footwork, but he's not getting much of a chance to use it here. The defense continued to hold the upper hand by bringing him down on that play.
Down. Snap.
Tua on 4th down.
Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. And he will have a Dolphins first down as this defense cannot come up with a play that they need. In fact, they surrender a big chunk, 17 yards there on 4th down.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And he fires one incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Back to the running game with Mostert. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line.
A Miami first down on a 14-yard pickup.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. This defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
The objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This will get the lead up to 7. Sanders' kick is good, and that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
So the offense back out now, coming off its first interception of the game the last time out, trying to reestablish some momentum here, Charles. But they're trailing defensively. Maybe these guys smelling the blood in the water a little bit.
Yeah, I think that they probably are. But what they need to do right now is just make sure they don't force the action too much themselves. They've got them on the run a little bit. You just want to be in a position where if they make another mistake, you're there to capitalize on it and take it away from them.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. On the counter, it's Walker. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. The extra point now coming from Myers. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
On 2nd down, Mostert. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. Oh, but a great tackle there. Going to hold him to no gain as the clock runs. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Tua to throw. And that one drops to the ground. Incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds. 19 left.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his own. Got to totally command it. Make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios.
He is going to find Hill here. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A big 30-yard play on 3rd.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Tagovailoa getting this out to the flat. Mostert. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. Now Tua being chased out left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. I see you nodding your head up and down. It's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
So it all rests now on the right foot of Jason Sanders. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And Sanders pulled it. It's no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
So it's the Dolphins who are going to get the football first here as we are back underway now in overtime. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as a quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
2nd down. Here's Mostert again. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. Overtime here out west, and you got a team from the Eastern time zone. Maybe their body clock's a little thrown off, or is that overhyped?
I don't think it's overhyped, and I think that for most teams, you're hoping that your mind overrules your body, because your body's looking for slippers and bedtime clothes, right? They're looking for the pajamas. But in this case, you've got to stay with it mentally. And what a lot of teams do, they never change their watches. They always say on East Coast time and just go ahead that way to try and defeat any of the effects of moving to the West.
Once again, it's Mostert. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive. First throw of the OT session for Tua. Wilson snags it left side. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
But you can absolutely feel the thought process there. They just gave up the touchdown. So in the huddle, they're telling each other, you don't want to give it back now on a 3 and out. Nice job of making sure that they wouldn't, and they pick up the first down.
A run with Mostert up the middle. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Tackle by Darrell Taylor.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. try and run here with Mostert. And he's going to be met at about the 43. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. Decision time now on 4th and about 1.5 yards.
I can still hear my high school coach, John Ford, right now. I want my #1 play with my #1 runner over my #1 blocker. Get me the first down. But some may very well say, punt this thing away, pin them down deep, and play field position.
Let's go.
Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. He's going to have his running back. It's complete.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10.
From the gun, a run with Mostert. And they will only muster 1 yard here to the 38. They've had some success here in overtime in this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there and available to them.
On 2nd and 9, Tua. And this is going to be incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity just went awry there on a drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Coming up on a 3rd and 9. Opening drive of overtime as they look to convert. Looking to pass. Tua. They complete it to Hill. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about 1 yard short. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Down. Next rest.
In motion, Hill. They'll try it now with Mostert. And he's got room. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. 31 yards on the touchdown run. As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree with that, and their unhappiness hurts the guys at concession stands on the way out, right? Not stopping to buy something for the kids. They just want to get home. But what a dramatic way to finish this bad boy off. I mean, this game was dramatic all the way through. That's why we got to overtime. And then to go ahead and finish it this way, the fans screaming out unhappy. But the team that came in here and won this one on the road, they sprinted to their locker room.
And speaking of buying things, dinner on you tonight, David.
I kind of figured that was coming.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
And the tight end goes in motion left.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
Buffalo 18.
Now Smith with his first throw of OT. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, it's intercepted. That'll seal it. Picked off Byron Jones.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Gigantic play by this defense, Charles. So they came back in the fourth quarter, took the momentum into overtime, and now they take the football.
And how do you think the team that just threw the pick feels right now? They surrendered the lead, got to overtime, had a chance to redeem themselves, and now they put the game in jeopardy with
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle, Washington.
Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Miami Dolphins and the Seattle Seahawks. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and off we go from Seattle.
On the return from his end zone, Godwin Igwebuike. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Geno. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Geno now to throw. And that is incomplete.
That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back.
And it'll be Dolphin football.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10
at the 33-yard line.
They'll run here with Raheem Mostert.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
A good gain on 1st has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They'll send a receiver in motion left.
2nd down. Here's Mostert again.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Well, you know they had a 3rd down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
17. Check right. Check up.
They'll stay on the ground with Mostert.
And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3.
2nd down and 7.
They'll run right side with Mostert. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
On the set.
Out of the gun on 3rd down. Here's Tua. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Tua going to throw. Oh, wide open, complete. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time, but it's going to be 2nd down. Now Tua. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Darrell Taylor coming in for that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7.
How about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together? But the defense, they responded on that play. Second and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is 1 play from stalling out.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down. Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. For the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a 1st down now, playing behind the sticks.
After the sack on 1st down, Smith. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Smith now to throw. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks on 4th. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon.
And he'll be forced out of bounds on the other side of the field.
A big-time return there, 40 yards. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Opposite. 3. Striker. 3. No check.
They hand it off to Mostert. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on 2nd down.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And the Dolphins first down.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Dolphins 3, Seahawks nothing.
Let's go.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. He's going to drop this underneath to Mostert. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Let's go now.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
Red, striker. Ready.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua out to his left. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds.
Ready, ready. 52 blaster. Ready.
Here's Mostert, and he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Tua Tagovailoa, a 6-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead grows to 10-0.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Igwebuike to return it from his end zone here. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Let's go now.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
Got it. Ready? Panther 11. Panther 11. Mustang 19. Ready?
Now Geno on 1st down. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
After the turnover, it's Tua.
That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
8 yards on the pickup.
Here we go.
Only needing 2 yards on second down.
Tua sets up to pass it. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it.
And the Seahawks are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
Here's Walker to start the drive.
And a healthy gain of 8 here. They double their workspace out to the 16.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
And the slot man goes in motion left.
70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. 18, Pioneer. Hustle.
On first down, it's Smith.
He completes this to Walker.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. Throwing again on second down. Smith
setting up the screen here. This is Walker.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
A gain of 10 brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll try for the first with Walker. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Here we go, check.
Back to Walker on first down. Up past the 30, second down coming up.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Ready up.
From the 31, Smith. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
Throwing on third down, Smith. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On first and 10, Smith. Catch is made by Metcalf. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
First and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
Now it's Smith. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Deep ball for Goodwin. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
On third down, here's Walker. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32. That'll be good for 6, but now it's fourth down.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on fourth down. It's Jason Myers. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. Myers' kick is good, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Ready.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football.
Ready.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. Room here to run. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started.
And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it first and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Third quarter starts with a run from Mostert. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
Right. 97. Yellow.
Second down, here's Mostert again.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
50 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
Right.
On play action, here's Tua. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And he's a good pickup there, 26 yards. So from Seahawk territory now, it's first and 10 at the 36.
Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. 2 and now on first down. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 17-3.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They make their second half debut here. Things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that can make this a 3-possession game.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Now Geno. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Eric Rowe.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field, going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
Getting this out to the flat, Mostert.
Touchdown! Raheem Mostert from 17 yards out.
And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Igwebuike to return it from his end zone here.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, look at this. Middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that cuts the lead to 24-10. touchdown. Here's Myers to boot it away.
Taken at the 15, a short kick.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot, up 2 scores here in the third quarter. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. And he slings one that's incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10.
Tua. Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes you're fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB. Well, they certainly knew their challenge as this series began, and they got to stop on play number 1. Goal now, get 2 more stops and limit the damage to a field goal.
To throw again on 2nd down. Smith. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Throwing now is Geno. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And the Dolphins force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Tua on the right side, open is Gesicki. On the move past the 40. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Seahawks are going to take possession here at their own 33.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Steve Everett. 18 Rattler.
Geno now to throw. Shoves him aside.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
From the 50, it's Smith. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
On second down, it's Walker. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Seven Pirates. Ready.
To throw is Smith. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And the Dolphins are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters.
Come on, set.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. This is caught inside the 15. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
Here we go.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Play action. Now it's Tua. Toward the pylon, caught. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal. Mostert. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
This has not been a fun game for this defense. They've definitely had their share of struggles, but they needed to make a play right there, and they finally get it done on 3rd and goal.
They'll run with Mostert, and he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And the Seahawks able to come up with a goal line stand. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just don't trust doing that. So they say, let's go for it and try and finish it ourselves.
The gain of 7 brings up 2nd and 3.
To throw again on 2nd down. Smith going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And now here is another interception.
Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Dolphins are going to get it back here just past the 35. Boy, they get him yet again, Charles. 5 interceptions in this game. You rarely see this, maybe a couple of times in a season, but this defense, they've been fantastic.
It's certainly an example of watching a defense that is in the zone, right? We use that term so often, but most of the time it's for people who are on offense. In this case, it's the defense as a whole, all locked in with each other, all ready to go.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT.
And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. Fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. Two and now on first down. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
And the Seahawks are right back in this football game.
2-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Xavier Howard.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
Picked off by Uchenna Nwosu. And the Seahawks are right back in this football game.
Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Smith on first down. And he's got the speedster Goodwin.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Ready.
On first down, Smith. Eluding the pressure right. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Xavier Howard.
And the Dolphins are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel
that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
That swung out to Mostert.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that will bring up second down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
He's going to drop this underneath to Mostert.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Forced out to him, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack.
So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins, and it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow, and for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold,
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle, Washington.
Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Miami Dolphins and the Seattle Seahawks. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and off we go from Seattle.
On the return from his end zone, Godwin Igwebuike. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Come on. Hey.
Right out of the gates, here's Smith. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. And they'll run. It's Ken Walker. And this will be a Seahawks first down as he gets it up past the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Left wing 19. Trap 50.
Throwing is Smith. He completes this to Walker. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game. And you know you create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. It really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Oh, a second dosage. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy's setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Now Smith. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
From the gun, it's Walker. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice, dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And I don't think he got there. No. He's short by maybe a foot. Maybe. Call it 4th and inches. They'll try and run for it. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. On 1st and 10, Smith. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
On 2nd down, a run with Dallas. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
Out of the gun, Walker with it. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Well, defensively, 3rd down, you're thinking get the stop, maybe force the field goal try. Instead, he's able to shake free and not just get the first down, but get the touchdown as well.
Yeah, so much for the best laid plans, right? And you knew once he got past the line of scrimmage, he was gone. Got the head of steam behind him. Vroom, off to the races. The only surprise would have been if anyone caught it.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4 on second down.
Random, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Second down, here's Mostert again.
And some room to maneuver. There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Raheem Mostert.
71 yards.
And the Dolphins are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
Igwebuike to return it from his end zone here. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
A gain of 3, second down.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3. Again, it's Walker.
And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3. Here we go on 4th. Smith.
And this a quick slant to Lockett. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
Now Geno. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll make it second down. These two teams all tied after 1.
With the score tied 7-7.
Working with 2nd and 5 now.
Block it in motion right. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left.
Now to the ground. Here's Walker.
Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
19 tight. 19 tight.
A shotgun snap for Smith. That's caught over the middle by Fant. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Here we go on 4th down. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Ready.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And this one is incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
38.
Tua going to throw.
Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And able to find Gesicki as tight end.
And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Now, this looks like a roughing call.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. Buying time to his left. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
That's a tough spot for a running back coming out the backfield because you know he's got to look for the football, knowing full well he's got a man coming his way, full steam, and he broke that one up.
2nd and 10.
Now Tua.
He'll swing this out to Mostert. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he's got his tight end Gesicki in the end zone. Touchdown, Dolphins. A 14-yard touchdown.
And the Dolphins have taken the lead.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Igwebuike to return it from his end zone here. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Out of the gun, handoff to Dallas.
They find some open field here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down. From the gun, here's Smith. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly, they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Straight ahead running. Here's Dallas. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Back to throw, Smith. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to have it here just past the 25.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Now their last 2 drives, both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap, allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
That big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. All right. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill.
And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
Let's go now.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
Here's Walker.
Now they bring a receiver in motion right.
Again, Walker.
He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Not only was that a terrific play, but that loss of yardage they created this close to their own goal line, that gives them a little breathing room now as they move them back.
And they're breathing fire a little bit right now, aren't they?
A lot of confidence being shown by them at this point of the game.
Cowboy 80.
Now Smith on 3rd and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
Warriors 70.
Now they send a man in motion right. They snap it to Smith.
And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle.
2 yards on the touchdown there.
And the Seahawks' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Myers connects on the PAT. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And Hill will opt for the touchback.
Let's go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14-all following the interception last time that led to a score. Now they've got it 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Once again, it's Mostert. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
2 now on 1st down. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Mike Gesicki with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Dolphins will take the lead here in the final minute of the 1st half. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Igwebuike to return it from his end zone here. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
For most people, the excitement of the kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
Now Geno on 1st down. Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. That'll give him 8 that time, and that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. Geno now to throw. Looking for Larkin, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. For the defense, they were all over that. As soon as that ball was in the air, it was dangerous. Not only was it intercepted, CD, but they return it for the touchdown.
Yeah, and he read that the entire way. He was reacting before other players had a chance to react themselves. Had the determination to say, this just won't be a pick. It's going to be 6 points as he takes it the other way to the end zone.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this 1st half as the kick's away. Igwebuike to return it from his end zone here. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Wow, a big mistake there. Late interception in this 1st half, and that could lead to a field goal try the other way.
Yeah, I think at this point you just had to say, let's take a knee and go into the half and regroup. Let's just talk it over a little bit. I wonder, partner, was the analytics coach in his head a little bit? Maybe go ahead and press it and try and get some points. While the old school coach probably would have said, take the knee, let's get out of here.
Now we could see points the other way here. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaughan. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the 2nd half gets started. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Looking to pass. Tua. Dancing to it. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Barreling in for the sack, Shelby Harris. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Going to the air. Tagovailoa. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. Tua on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Well, Charles, I guess the only thing I can think there is they've got a 3-score lead, and they're saying, well, we're not going to lose this, so let's have some fun. I don't know why you go for it.
I think that's as good an explanation as any, and we all know that certain coaches are more aggressive than others. That call to me, the fantasy people loved it, right? Anybody who's going to touch the ball, gain yards, maybe put more points on the board, they're happy that they kept it and did that. So very interesting deal there, but I'm with you on that one. Maybe he just says, what the heck, we can't lose. Let's go ahead and keep trying to win or add to our lead.
And he'll get a couple here down to the 22. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. And that leaves them with 3rd and long, which means you got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Here's Smith.
Looking for Lockett, and he's got him, working his way free across the middle.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
Complete to Tyler Lockett. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
18 Rattler.
Now they'll put a receiver in motion left.
7 Pirates. 19 Lions.
To throw is Smith. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Now receiver in motion left. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. Now they'll send a tight end in motion left.
Trying the left side with Walker.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
Well, you'd have to stretch for this one. This is 4-down territory. They've got to get it in with the deficit that they're facing.
Absolutely. It's not the 4th quarter, but still, I think you can't be thinking 3. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Will Dissly, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks get a bit closer. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
He'll going to sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score.
On first down, Tagovailoa steps away to his left.
He'll get this into the hands of Mostert.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Check pitch. Going to be rail. Quick, yellow. Ready.
A run with Mostert up the middle. 103 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Right, 97. Next rest. Ready.
On first down, they go with Mostert again. Jordan Brooks on the tackle.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Running the counter with Mostert.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game, and I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
And cycle.
They'll send a receiver in motion left.
Check, huh?
They'll try and run here with Mostert.
And some room. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Raheem Mostert
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Dolphins will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Igwebuike to return it from his end zone here. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now.
Out of the gun, Smith. Catch is made by Metcalf. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. On first down, Smith. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Seahawks. DK Metcalf, 61 yards. And the Seahawks are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. And that time, he came out of the slot for that big play downfield for the score.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was what we call scheming a guy open. Put him in the slot, know that he has tremendous speed. What you're doing with your other receivers is likely running shorter routes to draw the attention closer to the line of scrimmage, to give him a chance to get downfield and turn it into a one-on-one route. Often against the safety, you like your odds when he's running against the safety. His speed usually wins, and it did on that play.
Hill going to think better of bringing this one out, and the drive will start at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire.
Ready up.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Black block. Ready?
They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. Oh, he's got some breathing room. There he goes left side. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert, 58 yards. And the Dolphins use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Igwebuike to return it from his end zone here. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Seahawks take over at 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Here we go, here we go.
Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown. DK Metcalf. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. From the 27, Tua being chased out left. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Tua sets up to pass it. Forced out to his left. Tua hit, and the ball is out. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
They'll try it now with Mostert. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down, and that will force a turnover on downs. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. In motion comes the tight end left. They'll run on 1st down with Dallas. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 45 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Here we go. Set.
On 1st down, it's Smith. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Back to the air, Smith on 2nd down. That's caught over the middle by Fant. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Throwing now is Geno. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Dolphins are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. So a costly INT in the end zone, no less, puts the brakes on their potential scoring drive.
So many teams stick with the passing game down near the goal line because they see it as an extension of what they do between the 20s. But as we said many, many times, the further you drive, the more the field shrinks. And that was a nice job of making a play on the football and coming away with the interception.
Tua's throw here taken in by Gesicki. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And going deep for Hill. And this is caught. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, 51 yards. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Igwebuike to return it from his end zone here. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
That one looks like he'll throw here. A quick throw, but incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
A 9-yard gain on the play.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Tua going to throw. And he's got his tight end Gesicki in the end zone. Touchdown, Dolphins. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. I suppose it wasn't out of the realm of possibility that we could have seen a comeback, but that touchdown should put any hopes of a comeback out of reach. It's been a really quality effort for him here in this one.
And no matter what else you think, you have to admire the initiative to finish things off their way. Don't leave anything to chance, no matter how small the odds of a comeback were. Send it home with a touchdown and get to celebrating.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Igwebuike to return it from his end zone here. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, this game has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles.
they just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though,
and now here is another interception. Picked up by Javon Holland. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown.